Ladies and gentlemen, I used to say that Ron from Studio C was talking about the new movies at Celebration Cinema, but all that's changed. My God, he's a free agent. Is that what I can call you, a free agent?
Yeah, a normal citizen, unemployed, you can call me. But I must say, I got my first unemployment deposit today, y'all. Hey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to
I
do what you
wasn't
got to
sure.
do.
What?
And yeah, absolutely. I totally understand that. And I think we kind of glossed over the last time, but does this mean that your future is uncertain? Like you don't really know what is going to happen?
I don't, other than I expect our business to reopen, and I expect to be employed once we're ready to open theaters, because obviously right now we're not programming any movies, and as soon as we open the theater, we're going to need content. And of course, the movies, the distribution system is shut down right now too, so there's not much product, not certainly nothing new and nothing blockbuster-ish coming our way anytime soon.
Well, all right. More on that in a second. Gene, hello to you. How are you?
Good, Eric. How you doing, sir?
Never. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say never better, because if I start to go down that road, I'll be like, oh God, and I'll start talking about my problems, and we're not here for that.
We're here 30 minutes, man. Whatever, Deck. It's your show. Yeah, go for it.
Are you still watching over your granddaughter?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's still there.
She's actually she's in the other room on Zoom doing story time with all of her cousins. They do it at 1:30 every Wednesday, every day. So she's in there doing story time, and I'm in here doing story time with you guys, I guess. I don't know. But yeah,
Okay.
she's still here.
So now, has there been a learning curve about being like the primary caregiver over a little one? I mean, because you kind of had to relearn it all, didn't you?
You know what? Yeah, it's tough. I just don't see how people our age, and when I say our age, I mean mine, not yours. You guys are kids yet.
Oh!
would even venture towards having children in their like 50s. I couldn't see it. It's just crazy. She's dry. She's wearing me out, man.
It's funny. It seems like anybody who, like, you might get somebody who's really well off having kids at that age, but I doubt there's anybody who's like, working in a mill who you know what I mean?
I guess. That would be like an oops baby, but
yeah. You think about when we had our first kids. What were your ages when you had your kids? I mean, your first child.
My age?
Yeah.
I was 32 and 34.
Wow, that's actually pretty late.
Well, I didn't get married till I was 30, so at least the ones I know about. I mean.
Okay. Ron, how about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Oh my God!
I was 32 as well. My firstborn was born in '87.
My gosh, I was 24.
Yeah, you started early. I get it. A lot of people did. I got no problem with that, because you have grandchildren and I'm still waiting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. My gosh. Okay,
I have one you can borrow.
Oh, come on, Gene.
I love her dearly. She's the best. We're having a great time. We really are, because I know eventually she's going home. But I mean, right now it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's fantastic, boys. It's been quite a week since we last met. It seems like the amount of time between the last time we talked, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like everything's going slower now. The pacing of the world has made us understand that this is what it feels like. You know what I mean? Are you getting that impression too?
Yeah.
I am, to the point in my household, but then, we're starting to hear talk about reopening and what that looks like. And the people in Georgia are going to find out what it feels like this weekend, next week. I don't know when it'll actually happen and how widespread it'll be, but now there's a lot more talk about getting back to it, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. And I think that, I don't want to be the guy to say it, because I don't know. I don't have any knowledge about what's too early and what's not. I do know that, at least in Michigan, I think that the thoroughness of this shutdown, as much as it has caused a lot of angst and whatnot. Um, I think it's doing the job of keeping the hospitals from being swamped. The idea of that was simply to avoid the Italy type of scenario where people are deciding who gets a ventilator and who doesn't. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if this buys us time, and then as they slowly start to open it up, it's not going to go away. I mean, we're not to the point where that is a thing, but it at least we can that now cautiously get back to it and kind of tiptoe our way around and then open things up. I think that we will be there before you know it. At least that's just what my heart tells me. I'm wondering if she'll extend it. If she does, who knows how long? But for some reason, I think that we're closer now than where we were. I think that we'll get there pretty quickly.
I think we're going to find two things when it does kind of open back up again. And I think the first thing is, at least for a while, people are going to be a lot friendlier to each other and a lot more social and all that. And I think a lot of people are going to find out that they can do their job from home. I think there's going to be a lot of that now. I mean, my wife is a perfect example. She's been working at home every day. She puts 8 to 10 hours in every day in her home office, working away. And I think a lot of people are going to find, and a lot of employers are going to find, that people can do their jobs from home now with the internet and all
Right, right. And it's really exposed a lot of businesses, because I have friends who have business that had they just taken the necessary, or taken the steps to make their business, which is brick and mortar, to have that online focus and have it both, in the event that something like this happens, if they had done that, they would be secure, be able to continue to do commerce
that.
to some degree. But I know a handful of businesses that did not do that, still stuck in the Stone Age, and I don't know if they're going to make it.
And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You're a member of Fit Body Boot Camp, right?
Correct.
And my son runs one of those, the one in Northeast Grand Rapids. And so they're doing everything live now on the internet. They're doing all their routines and everything. You join them from home online. And he says people are loving this. And they're going to start a whole new segment of doing these things online now, even when we come back.
I think that saying is necessity is the mother of invention.
Exactly. And they recognize, a new avenue to go in, and they're going to take advantage of it, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it certainly is having an effect on the entertainment industry too, and as it relates to two things. One, on the distribution side and production side of what happens when you're shut down. You can't make any content. And what do you do with the content that you have in the can if this happens, okay? And so a lot of distributors have taken some of their content that they had in the can, the biggest example being Universal and the movie Trolls, and went right to direct-to-home streaming service. And good for them. There's certainly plenty of content out there that they can get away with that. Now, obviously, on the exhibition side, we got nothing, right? If we can't bring people out of the house and into our theaters, then we have no business. But one thing you keep hearing over and over about this whole shelter at home thing is, I can't wait to get out of my house and go do something.
Yeah, it'll take a little time. This is a few years down the road, this will be a rear view mirror moment, and I'd like to say that everybody's going to be just fine, but it's not. I mean, there are going to be some business entities that do dry up, and God forbid, and the terrible nature of that thing that people have died, and there are people who might be listening to this or viewing this that know. So that's the biggest thing going, is that people have died here. But eventually things will change, and hopefully we'll start to put this in the rearview mirror. But it's just incredible to me that you're seeing so many people that have died on a daily basis. It's almost like 9/11 every single day.
Oh, God.
And it's mind-boggling, and I think we're starting to get numb to it. I think that when we see those numbers, it's kind of bouncing off of us, and we almost have to open ourselves up to the stark reality that this is absolutely horrible. and this going forward, we're going to have to process that this how tangible and real this was for so many people.
And they say come fall, it's going to be, they're expecting a rebound of it, and it might even be worse in the fall.
It could.
And who knows? But this is definitely not over by any.
No,
All right.
no, and when we reopen theaters and restaurants and other places like that, and I was thinking about the gym. You know, Eric, you and I both are members at the YMCA, and a lot of people go to their different gyms, and it's like, how in the world are you going to operate your gym, your fitness business with bodies close to each other, touching the same equipment?
Yeah.
Are you gonna jog on the treadmill with a mask on? I mean, I don't know how this even looks for people like that.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that that's all something that there are going to be people who become infected with this in those theaters, be the theater of the gym or the theater of the theater. It is going to happen. I'd like to think though that going forward, like if I'm at the gym, man, I don't touch my face anymore when I am out. In fact, I go so far as I'll only use one hand,
right?
So that I know that one hand, if when I get out of the car, if I'm coming out of a clean environment or what I think is clean, I want to be very, very careful as to what I touch with what, and I think that that'll be the way that I know for me how I'll be doing business going forward. At
You
least
just touched your face, by the way.
I am at home.
It's hard. It's really hard not to do that. But
Yeah.
I've been the same way, Eric. I got a glove on one hand, my other hand's in my pocket.
Right.
Got the hand sanitizer there. And I think people are going to do that when they go out to the restaurant and the theater and to the gym, and they're going to wipe down the equipment like they never did before. And in the theater, we're going to have social distancing. We won't sell seats next to each other, and the restaurants are going to have an empty table in between parties and all of those things. I don't think we're going to throw food at people from 6 feet away, but we'll have to figure that part out. But it can be done.
Fun.
I tell you what, and they'll get a vaccine before you know it, and then this will be a thing of the past. And you know, I was seeing the story. You've heard about the groups that are known as the anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're not an. Well,
No.
they're coming around. The anti-vaxxers are like, sign us up for the COVID vaccine. We definitely want that. It's like, oh, really? Is that right? Okay, interesting. It should be that if you're found out that you are an anti-vaxxer and you've changed your tune and you want the vaccine, you can't get it. You have to.
You have to mark out. You have to.
Right. No, you can't. Sorry, we don't want to get you sick. You can't have the vaccine.
First, you have to make sure your kids have their measles vaccine. Then
Yes.
they can get one or
Even
not.
better.
Yeah. Well, and the whole concept of going to a vaccine without proper testing and not knowing what the side effects are, and that's the whole thing about the vaxxers right now is it causes autism or whatever, and we have no idea. We don't even have the vaccine yet, let alone know what the side effects and long-term effects are.
Yes. Okay. So aside from that,
Right.
the limited choices we have for entertainment. What are we doing to pass the time? Gene, I'll start with you. In the last week, what has been bubbling under in the world of Gene?
Yeah, would you like to meet her again?
Oh, of course. That's been it.
That has been my entertainment, my work. That has been pretty much everything. Yeah, because she keeps me busy. Luckily, because we do live up in the middle of nowhere here. We have a family next to us that's her age too, so they've got kids, and everybody's in quarantine. So it's our little compound. So she does have kids she can go play with, but for the most part, she's it. And I've watched, I can't tell you how many Disney shows I've watched. And the Pound Puppies or whatever it is. I want to get away from it, but she likes to have me sitting next to her when she's watching it. So
okay.
Well, Gene, you got to remember today is Earth Day. So if you have any nature shows, if you've got Disney Plus, there's some really good Disney nature docs out there. And we've been watching Netflix, the One Planet series, which is full of amazing photography and this, cool stuff from all different parts of the world with animals and insects and water and whatever. So I would say get away from the pound puppies for at least one day and
Right.
do the nature.
You
And,
try.
and definitely don't pound your puppy.
You don't think?
He has mature dogs. He doesn't have any
You
puppies
know what?
in his
Okay.
house.
Okay.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I do, but I'm not going to. But yes, I will attempt anything at this particular point in time. to keep-
Ron, do you ever watch those nature things and then you see like a lion or whatever, a hyena, whenever there's like some danger and you don't know whether one of the animals is going to get killed? It gives me great anxiety, man. I'm always like, oh, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see an animal get tracked down and killed by a freaking predator.
Well, yes, there is that anxiety. How much blood and guts will we
Yeah.
see out of this
Yeah.
thing? But
Always
listen,
bumps me out.
the jaguars got to eat. The prairie dog. There's enough prairie dogs in the world. I'm just saying.
No. I can't handle it. I want to see all the animals get together and play and just roll around and have fun. God.
The vegetarian animals, maybe, but
You know what you got to do, Ron? You got to go on YouTube and look up look up Chunk the groundhog. Okay.
Chunk.
Yes, Chunk the groundhog.
Chunk?
Yes, it is the best thing in the world. What it is some dude noticed that his garden was getting destroyed and he couldn't figure out what was up. So he set up a little camera and he sees this groundhog, and the groundhog, for some reason, goes up to the camera like this.
Oh, so it's real. It's not a cartoon.
Oh, it's real. It's real. And he holds like the tomato or the carrot and
mocking him.
he just eats it while he's like sitting there looking right into the camera like this. And it's so outrageous. And then he'll pause and just stare. He'll just stare into the camera. And oh my God, each video is like 4 or 5 minutes long. And I subscribe to the YouTube channel, and now I see it and I go, oh my gosh, Chunk's got a new video. So now this dude, he goes and he has this camera set up, and the groundhog will only eat in front of the camera, and now he leaves food out for the groundhog
just to get okay.
Yes, and so he posts a video, and within seconds, 90 million people have watched it. He probably makes $100,000 a minute on these stupid videos.
The groundhog gets tomatoes. It's so hot.
This groundhog is so fat because
I'm sure.
the dude's meal ticket now. It's all he does. So write it down. Chunk the groundhog. It's the greatest thing ever. Your granddaughter will love Chunk, man.
Is it chump as in CHUMP?
No. Chunk like
Chunky.
like fat sorority girl. Chunk.
It's kind of funny, Ron. You mentioned earlier, we were talking about the nature shows and animals eating animals and how you really didn't want. One of my granddaughter's favorite books is called Carnivores. I read this to her. She loves this. It's basically, in the synopsis of it, there's a lion, a wolf, and a shark, and they're all being, they feel bad because nobody likes them because they eat everything.
Yeah.
So they try to be vegetarians. It doesn't work. They try all these things that don't work, and they finally invite this wise owl, and the owl says, look, you're carnivores. That's what you are. Be what you are. And they're like, oh, you're great. Then you turn the page, and there's like featherfly. It's, they're saying like, wise old owl, is really wise, and you turn the page, and then
they ate the owl.
Yeah. So the wise old owl, they're like, hey, okay, you're so wise, and then you turn the page, and where'd it go?
You had to protect.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant, and then the page, and then
look at that! What
basically ate the owl.
Oh, what a sick SOB who wrote that book.
Oh, it's a great book. I love that book. She loves it. Then again, she's a carnivore. She's a meat eater. So there you go.
Well, yeah, but some people would say that that we're not. That we're like the way our teeth are. We shouldn't be carnivores.
I am.
Oh,
I will be.
Me too. I've been killing it. Have you guys been eating like really bad?
No, I've been eating great.
I've been doing very well.
You mean you've been eating good food or just
Absolutely.
I've been eating like hamburgers and bacon sandwich and fried everything.
No.
Okay. Now I'm hungry. No, I've been doing all the cooking, so I've been, trying to keep it. Like I said last week, when this is over, we're either all going to be great cooks or alcoholics. So, I mean, doing the cooking thing, it's
Okay.
so there.
Now,
All right.
I want to talk to you about this too. I know we're about 20 minutes in. We got what, 33 total minutes?
Got about 13 left.
All right. So, first of all, have we ever talked about Breaking Bad on this? Have we?
Well,
now?
if we have, it's to disrespect me in the entertainment business for saying I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad.
And Gene, you either, huh?
I've never seen an episode.
Dudes, I'm telling you.
I know.
Now, here's the thing. Because the way Vince Gilligan and I think Peter Gould is his name, did it is they did Breaking Bad, and it came and it went. One of the key characters in the show is a guy named Saul Goodman, played by Bob Odenkirk, who's tremendous. I love this guy. He's so great. Well, the character Saul Goodman, they had a spinoff series,
Better Call Saul.
Yeah. So they just had the end of season number 5. Each season's 10 episodes. So this is the 50th episode, and it just aired, and I just watched it, and oh my gosh. Oh, here we go, guys. I'm telling you, great drama. 13 more episodes to go in the next season. Who knows when that's going to happen? Supposedly 2021, but in love with this show. So good.
Should we do so? Do we have a homework assignment here, or are we supposed to?
Oh, it'd be too long of a homework assignment because you'd have to watch Breaking Bad first. Okay. And yeah, you definitely should watch Breaking Bad first, and that would take you months.
Right. That's my problem. I don't like watching that much television, it's just because Breaking Bad had what, 10 seasons or more?
I don't remember the exact number, but you're talking a lot.
Yeah, I've heard it's great, and I love Bryan Cranston. I love watching him making movies now, and I did watch. He made a movie about a screenwriter during the Blacklist days in Hollywood, and I'm losing the title of the thing in my mind, but he was fantastic in that movie, and so I love that guy. He's a terrific actor.
Okay. Now, I since we last spoke, I have been viewing some other films, and so I think I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel because on demand, I mean, you do all right, and then there's the ones you can buy. So I bought a few, but I'm running out of stuff to watch now. And then Netflix, some of these shows come out, and there was a movie called The Platform. Spanish film. Are you familiar with this film? Have you heard of this, Ron?
No. Yes, I have. I have so far resisted. So tell me if I should or I shouldn't.
So far resisted.
Okay, so it's the English is dubbed in, so a lot of times they'll like move their mouth and the words won't match up. It doesn't matter. It's not bad at all. It's gross. So if you're into, there is some real gore in this film. Okay. But it's not a slasher film. This is a creepy psychological thriller and a social statement. Okay. But you haven't really heard of anybody in this film. Well written, and I think it's worth a watch. But it's screwed up. You're gonna finish this and go, what the F was that? Oh my God, what happened? But I give it passing marks for enjoyment. If you like these, it's creepy as hell, man.
What's it?
It's called The Platform.
Yeah, let me give you a synopsis without ruining anything. You have a prison that goes straight up in the air like a really tall skyscraper, okay? And the cells are on top of each other as each different level. And each cell has a square opening, and you can see down to the next level. So you got 2 people in each level. And then on level 1, to feed the prisoners, they lower a platform, a table full of the best food you could find anywhere. Lobster, awesome. And those 2 eat. And then the level drops after about 1 minute to level 2. And then by the time it gets to the last level, there's no food on the damn thing because everybody ate it all. So, oh no, what are you gonna do, man? So that's basically the premise of the film. And what the prisoners are supposed to do is eat rations, eat a little bit, but save some for the next guy. So
Yeah,
that's
that works really well in prison. I get it.
Yes. So this is screwed up, man.
What is the name of this?
The Platform.
Right. This from the guy who doesn't want to see a prairie dog get eaten by a leopard. And if people are,
I'm telling you, I would rather see a person. If I had to choose between person getting hurt or animal, I'm going to say person every time.
Well, I have to also acknowledge from my past, a part of my childhood has left this earth. Tom Lester, who played Ebb in Green Acres, passed away.
Oh, that's
this
right.
week. And I don't know if you remember Green Acres.
I do. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I forget, was it Ava or Jaja who was in that?
It was Ava Gabor, right?
Yes.
And I don't know where you can find old episodes of Green Acres or the Beverly Hillbillies or some of those that I remember growing up on.
Was that
the TV? There's one of the networks because I know we're watching Hogan's Heroes is on there now. I grew up watching Channel 50 and Channel 20 in Detroit. All of those shows were on there. Hogan's Heroes, one of my favorites. But yeah, man. Now, who did he play in Green Acres?
He was Ebb. He was the hired hand guy with that little flannel yeehaw shirt up.
The goofy, tall, lanky kid.
Yeah, he was the hired hand from Oliva and whatever her name was. I forgot her.
Boy,
name.
we used to be entertained by the dumbest things. We really were.
Eric, Eric, you know who else passed away this weekend that you might remember from your childhood?
Who?
Robin Seymour. Remember him?
Is that a radio?
He was on CKLW. He was like the afternoon jock. Robin Seymour.
I did hear that story that person did die, but I don't know the name. I saw it. And I went,
he was it because CKLW in Detroit back in the 60s was like, that was the kids. Everybody listened to that station.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like the king of that station. He was like 92, 93.
Wow. I want to be on the air at that old. I want to be completely incoherent. I want some forward-thinking program director to say, let's put this old idiot on. And I just get on there and swear.
You'd sound like your dad. What do you mean?
Yes.
Look,
my dad.
You're doing it right now. There you are, man.
Yes.
Radio, just keep doing this.
Yeah, you're right. But there is. I oftentimes, because radio is really struggling right now, man. It's really bad because COVID radio was already walking the razor's edge. They already were all broke. And then it took 1 week of COVID and the whole world's been laid off.
Yeah. My daughter.
Advertisers, what are they selling? They can't hardly sell anything, so the revenues have got to be dipping like crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what's taking place. So that's really scary, really scary.
Well, and also I want to acknowledge it's Jack Nicholson's birthday today at age 83.
Wow!
And I haven't seen him out in public lately, but I assume he's still doing okay. And I was remembering back to 1976 when I first started in this business.
4 minutes, Ron. 4 minutes.
Wrapping up here. No, I just want to give you an old another memory lane story. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was one of the first movies that I was ever in the marketing business of promoting here. And so remembering Jack Nicholson and that movie that won, oh, look at, there's a movie star.
Talkin.
The best picture from 1976, best actor Jack Nicholson, best actress was the woman who played Nurse Ratched, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Best director. Michael Douglas was one of the producers even. So I was remembering Jack and some fond memories from back in the day.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic. He always has been. I loved him. Did you ever see The Departed?
Oh, what a great movie that would be to watch again.
Hey, yeah. Gene, watch that with your granddaughter there. Watch The Departed. She'd love it. She would love that movie.
Yeah, we're going to go watch Departed.
Did she have lipstick on, Gene?
I don't know. Did she? Did Grandma do that to you?
She
Oh,
really
dear.
has quite the ruby
Oh.
lips for a young lady.
Mackenzie, that's Ron, and that's Eric. Eric, Ron, Mackenzie.
We
Hi,
were just
Mackenzie.
talking about the book Carnivore.
You like that one, don't you?
Yeah, he eats the
best part?
owl.
What's your best part? When the owl gets eaten, right?
Oh my gosh, Grandpa's sick. He's a sicko.
I need to get out, man. I need to get
All right, goodbye, guys. I love you.
See you at the movies.
Talk to you.
No, see you at Meyer.
See you at Ron's house. Okay, bye.